Hi everyone! In this video I decided to give you my favorite Prismacolor color combos for coloring four types of metal: gold, silver or steel, bronze and copper. I plan to do here only brief switches of these color combos, but I promise that in couple of days I will select picture where we will be using this color combo and we will learn how to apply these colors better. Let's start with gold. Usually for coloring metal elements I need from 3 to 5 colors, and it depends of course from the size of the metal element. If you need to color something huge on the whole page, of course you will need bigger amount of colors of shades, but if you need to color some kind of jewelry, maybe crown or pendant, or maybe we need to color sword or shield or other types of armor, it's enough to use from 3 to 5 colors. Another thing we need to remember is that all metal surfaces are very shiny, and the best way to show that surface is shiny and glossy is to leave nice highlights. So there have to be some uncolored area which represent highlights. And also you need to do quite strong contrast. So I will be using a lot of black and colors which are close to black to show nice shadows on the metal surface. For the gold, I started from the lightest color, jasmine, but you can also use sand or goldenrod sometimes. It depends from the various types of gold you want to depict. I use jasmine around the highlighted area, then I gradually go to the mid-tone, which is artichoke, then I do shadow first with dark amber and then add the most strong contrast using black. But sometimes I think that gold looks better if I add some orange hues into the yellow color, so I love to add some light touches of mineral orange in couple of places. Of course, to do realistic and shiny gold, you will need to apply more layers comparing to what I do here. I do my swatches on quite simple office paper, and I prefer to use my burnisher, which you know I love to use as a blender to mix all colors and to get this effect of the polished metal shiny surface. Next, let's talk about silver and steel, which are quite similar, but for me, steel is more shiny and silver is slightly more dim and dull. And to show this difference, I do for the steel bigger difference between light and shadow areas. Contrasts are strong, and also we can clearly see where one area stops and where next area starts. So I almost don't mix those borders between mid-tone and light area, between mid-tone and shadow area. And when I color duller surface of the steel, I mix those transitions between highlight and light and mid-tone. I try to mute them slightly to mix them with my burnisher, and in this way to show that surface is less shiny. If I color small silver object, usually it's enough for me to use 30% cool gray as the lightest color around highlighted area. Then as a mid-tone I prefer to use 70% cool gray. I also can vary pressure on this pencil and to get variety of shades from slightly lighter to slightly darker cool gray color, and of course for the contrast for the shadows I use black. Sometimes I also prefer to add some bluish touch into the color of the silver, and for these purposes slate gray is a perfect choice. I love to add it in couple of places, just like I added mineral orange to the basic color of the gold. Of course, if I need to color bigger silver or metal objects, I can also use 50% cool gray to get bigger variety of shades on the silver, but for medium and small objects, for me usually it's enough to use these four pencils. Next one is bronze. Usually bronze is less shiny comparing to the polished gold or silver, and also there are a lot of dark almost black areas. My favorite main color for the bronze is artichoke, but I also love to combine it with slightly lighter shade of peach beige. So peach beige goes to the area around the highlight. Next, as a basic color I use artichoke, and here I will be using one of the metal Prismacolor pencils. I am not a huge fan of golden and silver pencils, but I love bronze one, and here I will be using it as a second basic or maybe slightly darker mid-tone color. For the shadow, this time I selected espresso, which is less bright brown color comparing to the dark amber, and it's closer to the brown gray. That's why it will look nice. As the darkest color for the bronze, instead of the black, I prefer to use 90% warm gray, which is quite close to black, but because of its warmth, it combines and looks better together with all those warm colors which I selected for the bronze. And the last one is copper. Copper also can be in various shades. It could be more reddish, more orangish, or more brownish. I prefer to use mineral orange as the lightest color. Then as a mid-tone I use burnt ochre and as the darkest one dark amber. But I prefer slightly reddish hue of the copper, and that's why I love to add henna in couple of places, but I think that it really adds a very pleasant slightly reddish undertone to the basic color of the copper metal. Well, I hope that it was helpful. As I said, here I have only a rough draft of how I apply these colors to color realistic metals. I didn't want to waste time on burnishing, on applying second and third layers. I just wanted to give you a list of my favorite colors, and I promise that in couple of days we will use them on some color along. Thanks for watching, and until the next videos.